When it comes to body language, few are as fluent as Barnum.
Being beaten, raped, or even killed were possibilities if that was the day a drug dealer found out that I was an undercover police officer.
Body language was this former undercover cop's key to survival.
Making a good first impression, also building rapport and building trust. Best case scenario is they liked you and they would deal with you. Worst case scenario is
you're dead.
I was finishing law school and then transferred to the Crown Attorney's office where I became a prosecutor. Okay, you know what you're talking about. All right, then let's talk about...
When we were interviewing suspects, so I had a guy come in to interview about a sex assault involving his daughter. And, you know, he was very open when he came in because he was feeling super confident. Like, who's going to believe this 12-year-old kid? And I'm this big deal and she's nobody. And so I'm interviewing him and he starts out very open. He actually starts out by sitting with his legs sort of open, right? That dominant posture of exposing everything. Trying to show me, Miss Little Constable, little 20-something-year-old cop, I don't have anything. And the more I questioned and revealed a little bit more to him as to where this was going to be going, his body language ended up like that. So he had a wall between the two of us. And it wasn't what he said that really dialed it up for me that I had the right person. It was his body language. So I show people how to crack the code on deception and to better interpret body language. My techniques evolved over 20 years in the criminal justice system, first as an undercover police officer in the drug enforcement section, and later as a federal prosecuting attorney. When I worked deep undercover, it was my job to build rapport with drug dealers, bikers, and other violent offenders. During my years as a federal prosecuting attorney, I spent countless hours in the courtroom, and I was listening, but I was also watching for those nonverbal cues from the witness or opposing counsel, and of course the judge and the jury, to be able to interpret what was really being said. To think that you can just read a book and understand the nuances of body language, it doesn't work like that. That's why keynotes and workshops are so important. When I was in graduate school studying corporate negotiations, it just really laid out the research to validate all of those things that I learned as an undercover police officer and again as a prosecuting attorney. And when you put it all together, it's been very helpful in my life as an entrepreneur and has allowed me to earn a significant income.
It shows that you're interested and engaged. And when you respond with a conversational tone, it provides context and clarity. And that goes even further toward building trust.
One of the best parts about speaking is actually what happens afterward. And that's when people will come up and tell you what they liked best or what their biggest takeaway was.
I love Pam. I love her enthusiasm. I love her direct approach.
She's always got this simple way of delivering information and making it engaging, and I love it.
Always so inspiring, motivational, and just really engages the crowd.
Yeah, I thought she was hilarious and relatable.
I'm telling you, you're gonna leave and you will not forget who this woman is.
Okay, so you're focused inward. You're not looking around what Pam Barnum's struggling around and the other guy's over there trying to hold her up to make sure she doesn't fall into you. You're not paying attention to that.
And then you'll get an email letting you know that they applied that technique, they used it, and it changed their life. So often I think we get focused on the words that are being said, but when I was training to be a police officer and training to be a lawyer, one of the things that they stressed was watching what people are saying, watching their body language, watching their nonverbals. And it doesn't have to be this secret second language that only people who have gone through professional training can understand. They're really simple techniques that anyone can use, and I think it's important that more people become aware of them and use them to their advantage.
I didn't trust myself enough. And to make the decision that I knew I should have made, which was just to see the deal through. It was about a minute away. Nothing could have happened. We could have pulled in, the deal would have gone down, nobody would have been the wiser. And instead, now we have to keep these two guys in solitary without a phone call because I can't have them calling to tell everyone else that we're going to be doing the same thing to, that I'm an undercover police officer.
So this is really about improving communication skills. That's what it boils down to. And if you can get better at understanding and interpreting body language and nonverbals, even just a little bit, even say 20%. Imagine what that could do when it comes to negotiating better deals, or closing more sales, or really strengthening important relationships, building trust in those relationships.
Thank you, Australia and New Zealand. I'll be back.